We have got a lady on the line called Kelly Broad, who is the BAFTA film producer, BAFTA winning film producer, who was in Folkestone a couple of years ago, and she helped make a film called Everyone's Going to Die. I'm in the film. Did I tell you that? Did I mention that I'm in the film?
You did. Many a time.
Speaking role in the film. Did I mention that? Yeah? Yeah, I did. Right, okay. She's on the line now, hopefully. Fingers crossed. I just had a chat with her. She's coming on to tell us some exciting news about the film. The problem they've had is they've been shown everywhere around the world. Edinburgh Film Festival, South by Southwest, had loads of awards, loads of great reviews, but having struggles trying to get a UK film release. So she is on the line now. Kelly, please say you're there.
I'm here.
Hooray! Yay! It worked. I didn't break anything. Kelly, lovely to talk to you again. I haven't seen you for a while.
You too. No, I know. We miss you. We miss being down there.
You miss Folkestone. You fell in love with Folkestone, didn't you?
We all did. Everyone did. That harbour, everything, and just the people. You know, we have so many happy memories of being there. And, you know, the cook who came down with us, Rich, who... he cooked for the crew every day, and he would walk around and he met all the local, you know, the fishermen and stuff, and we all had that kind of experience where we just loved it.
It was a brilliant summer as well, because the weather was perfect, wasn't it? Especially for filming.
It was a crazy summer, and it's all captured, it's all on the film. It was one of the best summers you've ever had, I think, and it's all on there. We had, 21 days of filming, and I think one of them rained, and that was our day off.
Yeah, it was brilliant, wasn't it? It was a really good time. I got involved in it. I think there were local adverts put out, weren't they, asking local people to get involved?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, particularly because you've got the film school there, and so we were able to really sort of talk to the local community, and when we needed additional people, you know, support roles, you were all there, and it was great. And we did some auditions, if you remember, in the lead-up, just to kind of play some of those roles and make them local, and it really worked.
Yeah, I had great fun. I went along, took my daughter along, and my friend's daughter, and we went. Clayton, Mr. Butty, who also does a radio show on Academy FM this evening. He's going to be on this evening. So two of the people who were in your film and now present radio shows on Academy FM. It must have been you.
See, it was your road to fame.
Yes, exactly. So we came along and we really just thought it was like a student thing. We didn't really know a lot about it. And then we started realising the day we turned up for filming, myself and Clayton, we were like, oh, wow, this is actually a big thing. And then
big and yet little. I mean, we wanted to keep it really stripped back and just keep it really pure. And so there was only, 18 to 20 of us who came down to film it, and everybody else was local. And we wanted to keep it that way. So although it was a big film in terms of its ambitions, and it looks like a Hollywood film, we didn't want to have catering trucks and all that kind of thing. We wanted just to keep it, the way it was, which was very simple and straightforward.
It was brilliant. It was brilliant fun. I mean, you had Madeline Duggan, who is in EastEnders, and she's in other stuff. I'm still keeping contact with her. She's a lovely girl.
Fabulous.
She was actually down here a couple of weeks ago in Folkestone, filming a music video, an amazing music video. I can't remember who it's by.
Yeah, she's doing incredibly well, and Kelly Shirley's also doing very well. She's on stage. Well, she's on stage often. Nora Turner, as you know, our German superstar, is doing great things in Germany, and Rob Knighton, actually. The leading man, is just about to appear with David Beckham in commercials next year, so he is doing incredibly well as well, and he's a bit of a heartthrob now, which is lucky for us.
Yes, we're smiling here, me and Suzie, and he's got his own page, hasn't he? I noticed Rob has got his own page.
Oh, yeah,
he's the most down-to-earth, loveliest guy ever, isn't he? And,
ridiculously so, and I think, you know what? I know we've got news to announce with Kickstarter, but I don't know if you've noticed, Kay, that one of the rewards on Kickstarter is Dinner with Rob, and I think that any hot-blooded woman should really go online and book that one in, because he's also hilarious, fun and company, and I think it was just a really fun idea for him to say, listen, you know what? With this film Kickstarter, I will more than happily have dinner, put me up as a prize, basically, and we have.
I can hear the women of Folkestone now rushing to their handbags, getting their husbands' credit cards,
it's funny,
and basically...
when the film has played at festivals around the world, we've definitely had a lot of feedback from women saying, who is that man? He's like a Mads Mikkelsen, he's just gorgeous.
It's quite funny because you sort of get to know him, don't you, like away from the filming, you don't see him. He's just a normal bloke, isn't he? He's a carpet fitter from London.
Wonderful, absolutely, absolutely.
So it is a bit bizarre when you see all these people are sort of like, oh, and you're thinking... Yeah, it's Rob. You can't sort of see it in the same way, can you?
Well, exactly. I'm sure that's what happens with, actors generally as they move on in their careers and become more and more well-known. The people who do know them, like their family and close friends, know them as that person they grew up with. And then all of a sudden they have this, magical persona.
Yeah, but he is an amazing actor, and that was his first real major role, wasn't it?
First lead role, absolutely. And, he's doing more and more, of course, and we'll see what else he does. It kind of pushes, what he can do. But it was his first lead role, and I think his performance has been very much singled out in reviews and things. So it's very striking. And, he signed the big agency after making the film, so he's really going from strength to strength.
So he's offering, we'll come back to the Kickstarter project now, he's offering a certain amount of money. So basically the Kickstarter project is people pledge, don't they, to donate money?
Yes, exactly. You pledge, you become part of it, and then you get a reward. So you can choose whatever level. We've had someone very important to us, pledge to become an executive producer. That's one of the top rewards. But you can, do things like pledge and get a DVD, a signed poster, a soundtrack. There's lots of little affordable options as well as, bigger options for the braver, ones. And I think that's the important thing. When we went to Folkestone, everyone was able to be part of the film if they wanted to, come down and be part of filming. Now, if you, would like to be part of this, jump on board and be part of it. You get a credit in the film, you get, a big thank you on Facebook, and you can still be part of it, I guess is the idea. And that's how Kickstarter works. So you give something, you get something back, and what you do is help us take a little film and take it to a big audience.
And you mentioned something to me earlier, because I knew about it because you'd contacted me and said, we're doing the Kickstarter project. So I'd paste it over Facebook and go, people, come on, Folkestone, get behind this, because it is not only is it an amazing film, it's shot in Folkestone and the scenery is absolutely amazing. And of course, I'm in it. What else is there? There's no other reasons, really, is there? I'm obviously the most important part, but that's the normal, isn't it?
He was very much the most important part.
Yes. And I did bang on about how I got the second funniest scene, but I was beaten in comedy laughs by a dead cat, which is just wrong, basically.
Kate, I mean, anyone can lose to a dead cat, though.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
you should be proud.
No, yeah, I am proud. So if they want to find out, you've just told me now it's actually public, isn't it? It's actually out there.
Absolutely. So, from today we've gone on to our, our Facebook and Twitter campaigns, and we'll be reaching out to people today. And obviously, the Kickstarter page is live, so you can log on there if you go to Kickstarter and look for Everyone's Going to Die. I Want to Be a Movie Distributor. You'll see the Kickstarter campaign. Everyone's Going to Die is the title that's had lots of, it's a big play on words, so it's an easy one to find. And so on our Facebook page, we'll give these to you, Kate, so you can share them.
Yep.
And people can just log on and be part of it.
And what's the minimum? What's the smallest amount? Because some people think,
there really isn't. I mean, £25 is a nice kind of starting level to get a nice reward, but it goes up to, 1,000, 5,000 if you're in the money. But people are seeming to really like. People have been pledging like £100 and £250 and getting things like an invitation to the premiere and, lovely things like that. So as little or as much as you'd like.
But thinking about it now, Folkestone people, this would be a brilliant Christmas present for...
Well, it's perfect time for that. And it's almost like a money can't buy gift. It's so special.
Yeah, imagine if you woke up Christmas morning and said, what have you got me? And said, basically, your name's going to be a film, or I've got you this on the film.
I've just given you a credit in a feature film. How lovely,
And it was filmed in Folkestone, and Folkestone looks amazing.
It is such a special film for Folkestone. When we did a little casting crew, as you know, down in Folkestone at the Quarter House, and it was just wonderful for local people to see their beautiful town like that, on the big screen, looking gorgeous as this beautiful kind of palette or backdrop to this love story.
I had so much feedback from that screening. So many people are like, when are we going to see it? When can we see it at the cinema? When can we go back and see it? And I was like, I don't know. They're still working on it. They're taking it everywhere. I mean, you went to South by Southwest, didn't you? And that's like one of the biggest...
that was the world premiere, South by Southwest, which is perfect for it because it's a festival which loves independent film and really pushes that. And obviously in cinemas, if you have explosions and car chases, everyone's going to go and see your film. Our film is a platonic love story about two people who met at a time in their lives where they weren't making decisions anymore. They'd kind of, just found themselves in a rut. They found each other and, it was an incredible story of, platonic love, if you like. That kind of stuff doesn't sell a lot of popcorn, but people love to see it. And the frustrating thing for the past, years been trying to allow, the demand is there from people who love independent film wanting to see it, and now finally we've got the chance to to get it out there.
It needs to be shown in the UK, definitely. The guy who is the film critic for the Daily Record in Scotland, is it Gary McConaughey?
Gary McConaughey. He was one of the first ones to see it at Edinburgh Film Festival. He just happened to, be in a little screening there and came out, and it was just such lovely reaction. And we've had critics like Gary around the world kind of say the same thing, that it's very special, and very unusual to see something like this, and that's what independent film is about.
To get those reviews from so many critics like that is amazing as well, isn't it? I mean, you can get the people who've seen it, their feedback, the public's feedback, but to get the critics totally supporting it and backing it is amazing. It is a brilliant film.
See 3 films a day,
Yeah, and to pick yours out, a lot of them said it was their favourites, wasn't it? Some of the festivals, they rated it as their favourite.
Exactly, which is a real honour, and that's lovely, and which is why we know that we have a film that people want to see, and that's why we know that when we release it in spring next year, that people will go online and buy their DVD and get along to the local cinema where it's playing.
Exactly. So if people go on to Everyone's Going to Die on Facebook, or look for it on Twitter, they can find the links to the Kickstarter project there.
Absolutely, from 12 noon today.
Excellent. So it's out there. So if you fancy treating your other half or your children or something to a special surprise, if you want their name put in a credit of a major film that is hopefully going to be on UK release, it's a brilliant film. I can't, even though I was in it, I know I'm banging on about it. It's a brilliant film, even if I wasn't in it. It's an amazing film. Go out and support this film. It will be all over Facebook. It will be over Twitter. I'll make sure of that. Kelly, it's lovely to speak to you again. I'm looking forward to seeing you. You need to pop down and visit us soon. It's brilliant.
I can't wait.
Thank you for talking to me, Kelly, and I'll speak to you soon. Thanks, bye.
That's right, bye.
That was Kelly Broad from Everyone's Going to Die, the amazing film that was made in Folkestone. They're going to have a Kickstarter project coming up today, open to the public. Get along there for just the minimum is £25. You could buy it as a present for someone, get their name in a film credit. It will be an amazing present. Go and check out Everyone's Going to Die on Facebook or Twitter, and go and sign up now and pledge your money. It is a good cause, and it highlights Folkestone and it promotes Folkestone.